Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff, and today I want to do the Seamstress tag. I was suggested to do this tag by Natural Dane here on YouTube, and I'll link her channel in the description box. And there are 12 questions in the Seamstress tag. The first question is, who are you? Well, I'm Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff on Instagram. And when and why, the second question is, when and why did you start sewing? I started sewing about 5.5 years ago, a little bit after my youngest son was born. And I started sewing because one of my children was in an extracurricular activity at a rec center, and a lady was selling, was having a little yard sale, and she had a sewing machine for sale. And she said, I have this sewing machine, it's pretty much brand new. My daughter never used it, and it was like $30. And I bought it right up, and it was a good machine, but it was mechanical and it went too fast, and I never really got used to it. So I gave it to my niece who sews with her grandmother, and then I got another machine shortly thereafter. So that's when I started sewing about 5 years ago. And the third question is and why I started sewing. I started sewing because I wanted to, my grandmother, she was a home economics teacher in New Jersey, and she tried to teach me to sew when I was younger, but I really just wasn't into it. I remember her showing me how to thread a needle and showing me how to thread a machine, but other than that, I don't remember much about learning to sew. I never took to it back then. And my sister sews. She was a fashion designer, but I never got into it. I just didn't think I had that kind of creative side. But I just decided to give it a shot once I saw that sewing machine. It made me think of my grandmother, so I said, well, let me try it out. So that's when and why I started sewing. The third question is, what is your favorite or proudest make? I would say my favorite or proudest make is the African print and car fabric skirt and top that I made in December 2016. It was for a holiday party that my mom's group, the Mocha Moms, had, and I made that outfit all by myself, and I was very proud of it. And I also even made a matching bag to go with it. So I'll insert a picture over here to show you what it looked like. The next question is, what is your most disastrous make? Well, my absolute most disastrous make was this skirt I made, which has gone the way of the dark side. I no longer have it. But I made it out of fabric that, upholstery fabric, and it came out terrible. I looked like a square. I probably just turned it into a pillow because I had some leftover fabric from making a pillow. I probably just went on ahead and made a pillow out of it after that disaster. But yeah, that was my most disastrous make. And another pretty disastrous make was when my youngest was a baby. I made him this little onesie set, and it had the fold over cuffs, and I sewed them on completely backwards. I'll see if I can find it. I'll post a picture over here for you. Okay, the next question is, what is your most used pattern? My most used pattern is the Agnes pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. I'm wearing one right now. I love this pattern. I even did it for the one week one pattern challenge on Instagram. I've made 7 of them so far, and I don't see myself stopping. I really enjoy making that pattern. The next question is, what is your most dreaded sewing task? My most dreaded sewing task would be unpicking seams. I really hate it because you just have to start over. And I really hate doing the little tiny zigzag stitches. I mean, the little tiny lightning bolt stitches in knit fabric, because it's hard to get out. So that's my most dreaded sewing task. And my favorite sewing task, I would say my favorite sewing task is once you get to a point where you can try the outfit on. I really enjoy, putting something on, getting to a point in the sewing process where I can see how it looks. So I really enjoy that. So sometimes when I do raglan sleeve outfits, it's a little frustrating because you can't try that on until all the way at the end. But usually it still comes out all right. But, it's good to see how things are fitting and fitting as you go. That's what we learned in my sewing class that I take, that to fit as you go, and I really enjoy that aspect of sewing. So the next question is, what is your favorite sewing entertainment? I would say I like listening to the radio while I'm sewing, or I enjoy watching other people's YouTube um, vlogs while I'm sewing. I just pause it during when I have to focus. But I like to have other. I do like to watch vlogs while I'm sewing, and I also like to listen to music. Um, so that's my sewing entertainment. The next question is print it or PDF. I would definitely say print it because I just like to just get to town and start sewing. However, I'm starting to enjoy PDFs a little more because if you make a mistake on a pattern, you don't have to worry about trying to go back to the store and getting a new pattern and hoping it's not discontinued, because you could just reprint it and have another. So if you want to make a different size or make it for somebody else, then you still have it forever. You don't have to worry about messing up the pattern so much because you can just start over. So I do like that aspect of PDFs. I don't like the sticking together. I haven't tried the net printer, I think it's called net printer, where you can buy the copy shop files. I tried to do it at Staples, but it was so expensive and they did it completely wrong. So I ended up getting my money back and returning it because I ordered it online and I went to pick it up and it was just so small. I was like, this doesn't look right. She was like, I don't know. So the lady didn't have any idea what a sewing pattern was supposed to look like. They had no experience with it. So I just got frustrated and hadn't tried again. But I do want to try the a net printer type program for the copy shop files, but I just haven't done it yet because I usually just go ahead and tape it up if I really want to sew it right then. The next question is, what sewing machine do you use? I use a Bernina 880. That's my primary sewing machine. I also have a Baby Lock Imagine Serger and a Janome C900 cover stitch that I don't know how to use. I bought it off a sewing pattern review. Someone was selling it because they have a listings section on sewing pattern review, and I bought one, but I really haven't tackled it too much because a couple times I tried to use it, I got a line in the middle, so I just got frustrated with it, and you have to rethread it every time, so I have to take thread off the serger to use it on the cover stitch. So, but that's one of my little goals I want to do, is to go ahead and try to use it more, use my cover stitch more. But I love my serger. So those are my sewing machines. I also have a Viking Opal that I take for my sewing class, and so those are my sewing machines. Oh, and I have a vintage machine too that I got at the thrift store, but I never use it because I don't know how to use it that much. But so those are my sewing machines. The next question is, do you have any other hobbies? My other main hobby is knitting. I just started knitting about 1.5 years ago, and I really enjoy it. And another hobby that I have, I would say, is gardening. I like to garden in the summertime because I like to have a little vegetable garden, especially to grow tomatoes. My daughter and I love to go out there and plant our tomatoes. We make a big deal about, this is our time, we're going to go plant our tomatoes, and we get a big kick out of it, and we eat fresh tomatoes all summer. And they just keep growing. So I love my little vegetable garden. So, but that's all the gardening I really do. It's just my little vegetable garden in the summer. I forgot to, I looked back over the question and I noticed that I missed one. And the third question was, the fifth question was, where is your favorite place to go fabric shopping? And my favorite places to go fabric shopping, I don't have just one favorite place. I would guess probably be Fabric Mart in Pennsylvania, or the Garment District in New York City. Those are my absolute favorite places, but I don't get up there that often. But locally, I like to go to a fabric place, which is in Baltimore, Maryland, and also Domesticity, which is a new fabric store that opened up a while ago here in the Baltimore area. Also, I also end up going to Joann's a lot. So because those are the only three real local options that I have here. So I rotate between those. But Joann's would be my most frequently used fabric store, but I also like a fabric place in domesticity. So, and the other thing that I forgot was to tag someone. So, since this is a pretty older tag, I tag anyone who hasn't done the Seamstress tag who sews. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe and check me out on Instagram at Crystal Sews and Stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.